Hey, how's it going today? I had a story. Well, and I was asked by a couple people that are fucking pussies because they wanted to hitchhike. They just never had the balls to do it. And you know what? People are like that. Not a lot of people in this world, you're not going to end up doing whatever it is that you wanted to do, right? Like, a lot of people, they don't even, there's no confidence in it, in yourself, in what you want to do or what you think you can achieve. Failures, people believe, are disastrous to success, when I think failures are the greatest fucking thing in the world. They make you know what you don't do in order so that you can succeed. Trials and tribulations, my friends. Anyway, I had the question posed to me of, why do you go hitchhiking? What is it like? What did you get out of it? And hitchhiking is freedom, right? I mean, to a certain degree. Obviously, you're putting your the distance you travel into the hands of other people, right? I fucking walked. I walked a lot. Like, I walked hundreds of miles of road, and maybe not hundreds, maybe 100. Probably walked 100 miles of road. But I've gone from Regina to Tofino, back again and back again and back again. I spent the better part of a decade homeless and hitchhiking. And there's a few times in my life that it really stood out, and it's hitchhiking gave me a sense of individuality that not a lot of things in this world could have, right? Like, I used to frequent O'Hanlon's in Regina all the time, and then it would, like, clock fucking work. April or May would roll around, and Niall O'Hanlon would kick me out because I threatened to pull a gun on somebody or fight somebody, or I, just make some outlandish fucking statements towards someone, derogatory shit. I was a super vulgar human being. So there you go. Get the fuck out of here. So then I'd have to go hitchhiking, right? Well, that was my train of thought. I went to Vancouver once with $3 in my pocket. I got picked up by this kid that he just graduated from Sheldon. He said, fuck college, bought like an old beater, 1984 Chev Citation, and took to the road, and he was barely a mile out of fucking town when he picked me up, me and my dog Lily, and we ended up going to Canmore and getting chased by a fucking badger. And I don't remember your name, but if you're watching this, what's up, man? Hope you're fucking doing good. But yeah, like, I would sit on the highway. Asphalt's fucking hot, man. Like, in the summertime, it's, if it's 30 above, it's like 60 fucking above on the asphalt. If it's raining, you're out in the middle of the elements and you're getting pissed on. If it's cold outside, there's nothing to stop that wind from cutting you deep. One time I wanted to go see my kid. Actually, this was just before I moved to Humboldt. I wanted to go see my kid in Humboldt, and it was like minus 30, almost minus 45 or some shit like that with the wind chill. And I was like, I'm hitchhiking to Humboldt, and it took 6 fucking rides to get there. And I wanted to fucking cry. I was so cold. But I went because it's just what I did. When I got something in my head, I just went and did it. But what I got out of the hitchhiking experience itself was that freedom, the freedom that I could go and do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, right? I had the ability to see the things that I wanted to see with real no consequence to the outside world. Like, I wasn't affecting anybody. And the people that were picking me up were just showing how compassionate they are for other people, right? Like, I was always good to everybody that ever gave me a ride. A lot of the time, the people that give you rides are either oil patch workers. A lot of them, they just wanted, because they do that, you know, they do the highways to wherever they're fucking working. It's long drives, man, and they're coming back from shift or going to shift, and they want some company. And actually, quite frankly, that's how I started working on the rigs. I was working for Precision Drilling. No, I was with High Arctic Snubbing out of Red Deer for a while, but because I got picked up by a rigger, right? And he was telling me all about his job and how much money he was making. I was like, fuck, that sounds wicked. So those guys, they were always good for, like, you know, a rip of Coke and fucking some beer for some road pops on the way home. And there was also Christians. Loved picking hitchhikers up. And at the end, like, they were always really good. The only problem is that they wanted you to talk, and not like the riggers who you had something in common with, because you both like to fucking party. Christians you didn't really have much in common with, so it was kind of like, I don't want to talk, I just kind of want to sleep in the back of the car. But then when they get you to your destination, do you think we could take a moment and just pray with you? Yeah, man, go ahead. Like, I mean, sure, I was raised Ukrainian Orthodox, so I understand it, you know, somewhat. I believe that maybe, you know, some divine intervention was created us, maybe, I don't know, fuck, whatever, agnostic, atheist, whatever you want to call that, I am. We had riggers and Christians, and it was always a really good time. It was just cold, hot, windy, freezing, it doesn't matter, like, you're out there, right? And you also have to learn how to survive. So I had lived on a woofing farm with a bunch of, like, this hippie commune for a little while in Tofino, and we would work the land at the, like, farming for a while in the morning, and then we could go surfing all day, but really you learn how to survive out there. One time I was living on a Thetis Lake on the island, and I had built, like, this shack out in the middle of the bush over by the lake, and every morning I would, like, me and Loki, my dog, would skateboard in to Victoria, try to pan up some cash, you know, for dog food or rice or whatever it was, and we just lived in the forest, man. And down in Saskatoon, down by the river, there's, like, these little fire spots where, you know, street kids would go and, like, have fires and shit, and I would set up a tent, and that's where I would live for a summer kind of thing. And you know, I was on my own, and I preferred it that way. And like I was talking about in my last video, the hobo code is, as a street person, as a hitchhiking hobo, we bring people in. So I mean, you're friends with everybody. I know guys that were, you know, from New York City, they were hitchhiking through Canada, or guys from Montreal, they spoke real shitty fucking English. They're stupid French all the time, but, you know, at least they spoke something, because I'm not fucking smart enough to pick up on the Quebecois French. But a lot of those guys, I don't actually mean stupid fucking French, but a lot of those guys were the reason why I learned any of the things I did, like where this woofing farm was, the medicine farm out in Tofino, or you know, like, good places for free food when you're in Van or Vic or in anywhere in, like, Canada. Is you learn to meet these people, and it's like this little culture that, you know, it's not a community that's based in one place. It's a sprawled out community, and you run into them everywhere. So, you know, I got the freedom, I got the community, I got the survival life skills that, you know, they carried on until now. And then now I have a sense of purpose and direction in my life that I wouldn't have had if it wasn't for, you know, hitchhiking. So to answer the question, what was hitchhiking like? It's cold, it's hot, fucking shitty most of the time, right? Like the Marines say, the Marines and the Rangers, they say embrace the suck. You just do what you got to do to get to where you need to go. And what did I get out of it? I got a sense of freedom out of doing whatever the fuck I wanted, whatever I wanted. Obviously, addiction was, you know, piled on top of everything, and it kind of, you know, some days were worse than others. And, you know, coming off of alcohol in Vancouver sleeping under a fucking bridge when it's like 40 fucking degrees outside and hasn't rained in like 4 days, so nothing's helping anything. That sucks. That sucked. That was shitty. But it is what it is. And those were the days, right? And that's what kind of spawned this whole channel. So anyway, keep sending me your questions. I'd love to answer them. I hope that that answered the one. Anyway, you guys have a good day.